Buenas noches. Welcome to the Baddie Podcast with your hosts. I'm Herbert.
I'm Ronnie.
I'm Enrique.
This is Jonathan.
And we want to invade your minds today, and we can talk about. We're gonna go back to a couple of years ago when we were in high school.
Well, we'll do high school, we'll do college, and we'll do some mentorship and what we're doing now. You know, we just want you guys to get to know us and feel more comfortable hanging out with us or doing some hikes or some type of fitness with us. Like, we don't want to just have you guys on the side. We want you guys to be a part of our family, a part of our club. So what do you guys think, guys? Who wants to start off with their high school?
Would we be considered a cult?
No, we're not a cult. We're a club.
Like
we could
KKK?
be. Well, let's not say those three letters at the same time. Yeah,
Kids collecting cans.
We could do fundraising.
What were you thinking?
Recycling.
You're just evil.
Well, they're all gonna be white kids.
Back to high school. So I guess we're gonna talk about
High school.
our goals in high school.
Yeah,
and
high school.
I guess after high school, see if
What
you kind
was
of met
like
them.
your mentality, like the last couple of days when you're about to graduate? You're like, were you set? Did you know what the fuck you were gonna do? Did you know what was gonna go on?
All right, start off, Ronnie. Do you know what you were going to do after high school?
Right after high school, honestly, I was undecided. Even in college, ended up at Citrus College. I was there. I think my first year, I was getting all the general out of the way, trying to figure myself out. Because I mean, it does take time. Once you're set on something, you gotta do it.
We took a couple classes together. Remember?
Yeah, man. Good times.
Yeah.
So what about so before though, I know you say you went to Citrus, but when you're in high school, like, did you know? Because a lot of people talk down on Citrus. Like, hey, you're going to Citrus, ha ha ha. Like,
You only said
no, hold up, no, hold up. Like some teachers, some teachers.
Oh no, yeah. A lot of teachers expect you like 4-year university right after high school.
But it was actually a good decision, to be honest.
Yeah, good decision.
Citrus, yeah. I mean, I would say especially since if you're undecided, Citrus is the best choice.
Well, first of all, if
Community college in general.
if they're in the area, you know.
And then the area too, yeah.
Yeah,
Community
too,
college
right?
in general.
Community college.
Yeah.
If you live in Hawaii, come to Citrus College for sure.
Yeah, commute. It might take a couple days here and there, but
Yeah, so you thought about going to Citrus, and I'm happy that you got out of there fast because a lot of people get stuck there.
Yeah.
Is good or bad, you know. Sometimes they want to explore, that's cool, and sometimes they can't get classes. So I feel like, you know, like, we want to be like, actually this podcast is also going to be educational and just helpful to people out there, like the younger generations. Like, we want you guys to know that you have a lot of mentorships out there and you have a lot of connections, like people from Gladstone or wherever, La Puente, any like cities around us. We will be more than happy to go out there and support you guys, mentor you guys, or even like shoot you guys an email, DM us. We don't work on the weekends, just saying. But yeah,
so
Ronnie.
try it.
So Ronnie, after that you went to Citrus and you went to Cal Poly, right? So it's pretty cool. You know, you got your degree. So now, as a professional, right? Are you doing what you graduated in, or is it different, or can you explain?
No, yeah. Once I was at Citrus, I kind of decided on going into the business field because I ended up taking a class. It was a career counseling class, and business actually came out on top. And I had never thought about being like in business. But after taking a couple classes, finance classes, Business 101 and everything, I liked it and I enjoyed it. And I set my mind to that, went to Cal Poly, graduated in the business. And yeah, right now I'm working at a bank full time. It's nice. I like it. Super chill. So I feel pretty accomplished. I mean, it's not my end goal, of course. I do want to end up going back to school. And we'll see where that goes.
Hey, well, sky's the limit. You know, so... Yeah, that's pretty good, man. At least that we're seeing that you have some connections. You're at least working in the business world, you know. And like, you know, some people get like their degrees and stuff, and they're working on other things, which is not bad at all because they're still building their resume. It's pretty cool. They're making connections. Connections are important, right? People say like, "Oh, how did you get that job?" They always ask when you're in a new place. They're like, "Hey, did you get that job because of so and so?" I mean, I'm like, "No, dude, I didn't get it just because of him." Like, I actually know my stuff. My resume is like well kept, and I'm really involved with other things, you know, outside of work or school when I was in college. So how was your education, Herbert?
Yeah, I actually took almost a similar route to Ronnie. We actually graduated around the same time. Yeah, we went to Citrus, and then we both transferred at the same time. And I think you graduated one semester earlier than me, right?
Yeah. And
you graduated summer. I did the following fall.
That's right.
Yeah, and my degree was applied math and statistics. And honestly, I'm using my degree a little bit, but it's not the full thing. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. I'm going to be honest. And the job I'm in now, I mean, it's cool. You know, I like, you know, what I do, but it wasn't planned.
Do you think you're gonna be like the CFO or the CEO like in a couple of years?
No.
At your company?
No.
No? Hey, dude, just you gotta think of it. Every day, wake up and
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't know if that's my goal. Currently, it's not.
you want to go back to school,
I'm
like
thinking
pursue
about-
higher education.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going back. But the thing is, I still don't know what degree because I can go to so many paths, and
Oh, I see.
I can't waste 2 years and money and all that. So I need to decide. I need like a proper decision, but I haven't had one yet.
Like a roadmap.
A counselor.
Yeah.
Counselor.
Well,
Or
I
a
wanna-
mentor. Not even. You could use one of the baddies. You know, like we have some mentors like in here, like or outside of work. I know some people. Like I said, there's people out there to help us out. Octavio. if you're hearing Octavio,
He's
you know,
really good at hikes. If
Yeah.
you love to hike, hit
Or-
Octavio
or
up,
legs.
say.
Hit legs.
Hit legs. Actually, he loves his legs. He always keeps talking about him. He never stops.
Yeah.
So invite him to a hike.
For sure. He does not have a summer body.
No.
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 Did you just call him fat?
Not yet.
No, he's not.
Is that
No, we don't.
like
No,
polite?
no. He's everybody looks fit. So actually,
To their
Herbert.
level.
Yeah, Herbert. So in high school, though, let's go back to high school, Herbert. Like, did you know what you were gonna do? Like, did your mom you'll go home every day? Like, you'll sit down, have your dinner, and then your mom will be like, "Hey, mijo, I see you as a helicopter freaking pilot and shit. Not a helicopter, but as a pilot. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about something else, but
Captain of a cruise ship.
yeah. So or where she's like, "Hey, mijo, you gotta be a police officer. Or, hey, mijo, you gotta be a nurse. Or hey, mijo, you gotta pick up. Be a I don't know, like anything, right? Like, what was she telling you? Like, did she tell you stuff to do or?"
Yeah, initially, yeah. Like,
Clean the room.
yeah, I never listened, of course. But yeah, it was actually the very general things like doctor, one of them.
Doctor, right?
Actually, I had her say she wanted me. She saw me doing like being on TV. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
An actor?
Well,
not
or like on like
just doing stuff.
website? Like we're like adult websites or what do you mean?
Pornography? No, I never
not
even
what I
looked
said.
at. I never even looked at one picture in my life.
Yeah, because it's
I think
videos.
the closest thing was like I think I glanced at like a bikini like swimsuit, but that was I glanced. It was really
Right.
quick.
Uh-huh.
It was
Yeah.
a nice glance.
So you're saying you were really quick.
huh?
That's you're quick. Oh no, okay, go back.
Okay.
No, so yeah,
Let's
so
swerve this back into the topic. Huh?
yeah, let's go
swerve
back
this
to the
conversation.
educational topic, that we have in mind for you guys, the listeners. Thank you guys for listening to us. Like, don't press pause or just listen to this whole podcast.
But I want to say like no, I didn't plan any of this, and I think that's actually most people that just don't know. I think that's most people.
Yeah, but I feel like they don't know and they're afraid to ask for help. I think as a guy, like, you want to all like, and as a guy, and it comes from like, I'm Hispanic and we're all Hispanic, or some of us,
Not all of us.
Not all of us. But like, we don't want to ask for help. Like, we want to be like machista. Like, I do it myself. Like, my dad, like, he used to walk like 20 miles just to work, and he used to work like
did?
10 jobs. In Mexico. Hypothetically, well, your dad always, I don't know, like, if he's from Mexico, he tells you, like, hey, mijo, yo no sé por qué no te levantas temprano y haces cosas. Yo cuando estaba chiquito me iba.
Oh, yeah,
He always had those stories.
Yeah, my mom used to say, yeah, I used to get the pollos, and I used to like go to my mom's shop and work there.
Break
when she
their
was
necks,
8.
feather
Yeah.
them, and then take them home and
Yeah,
eat.
she told me that my grandma once killed a bunny, and she didn't know it was a bunny, and they were eating soup, and she started crying when eating the soup.
Dude.
My
I bet
gra-
it tastes good, though. Bunny tastes
She
pretty
actually
good.
said it did taste good. But
My
she was
grandma's
crying.
so savage that they had a bird that they owned for like a few years, and there was this time where they were just hungry. There was no food, so she ended up killing the bird and feeding it to the kids, and the kids were looking for the bird the whole time. And
Damn.
it wasn't until like a day later they told them, "Yeah, you ate them yesterday."
Damn, that's
They're
savage.
savage, but
Yeah.
I mean, they needed
But-
the food.
But, like, I feel like, yeah, like, you're right. Like, a lot of people don't know, and they're
Yeah.
scared.
Did you? Ronnie? Like, honestly.
What?
Did you know you were going to land wherever you landed?
Nope.
Job-wise? Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't.
Yeah, I wish I had a job.
All right, so let's start off with Enrique.
Europe.
Yeah, Enrique, so you're up. So, Enrique, I know you have a different story than all of us, but we're here for you.
From the source in high school, I think honestly, since high school, my mind hasn't changed for what I wanted to do and what I've liked in life. Now, what I've done for it, I guess I've done. I mean, since I was like a sophomore, I want to say I've always liked the definition of an engineer in general. later on in high school career, I realized that mechanical engineering is what I like to do. I like building stuff, physically playing with stuff, or just solving problems, just the general, I guess, engineer definition. But at the same time, I've also always wanted to be a cop, and I've always wanted to do stuff like that. So I personally ended up joining the military after high school. I joined the Marine Corps.
Actually, I want to ask you one question. How hard was I know I've heard that you guys go into the gas chambers and work out. Mm-hmm. How hard was that?
In the gas chambers to work out?
Yeah.
Not to work out, well, to just
I heard you guys do that.
It's an option, I guess you could say, but I mean, no, I don't say we do it. I wouldn't say we do it like on a daily thing.
No, but you've done it. I'm saying, how was the experience?
Okay, well, it was horrible. My first experience in the gas chamber was actually on my dad's birthday.
Oh, I think you told me.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when I told him, he was like, I was so happy on that day thinking about you because I was in boot camp. And he's like, and then now I'm having a good time and I was having the worst day of my life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They had us doing jumping jacks in there.
I know people vomit in there, don't they?
Yeah, some of them are bleeding from their ears. It was weird. I don't know why, but people were on the floor crying, trying to get out. And it was a
good experience.
It was a good experience to know what it feels like. But I mean, I joined the military, right? A reservist. I came back like a year and a half later, and I started going to community college as well. I'm going to Mount Sac right now. With the same aspect, I still want to do something in mechanical engineering or something, I guess, more in the law enforcement field. So if it all pans out, maybe I end up in the FBI as a mechanical engineer, or maybe I just become a mechanical engineer. I already have the military as background, but I can happily say that since high school, I've had the same mentality of what I want to do and what I like.
Well, you always.
I just have to get there now.
Yeah, you always been that type of a person that you're self-motivated, right?
Yeah.
You always like, I guess you love doing research. And I think also another thing, like it's a lot of people lack in, is like researching, like all the answers are out there. Either websites, people, or the internet. Like, yeah, like I said, website, internet, like, or YouTube. You can put on YouTube anything. Like, hey,
honestly,
Baddie, you can literally put the Baddie podcast and we're here talking.
No.
It's crazy, huh?
Isn't that crazy?
Mind blown. But no, you could literally like find anything. Like, I don't know, like you're saying over here, like you could literally find someone.
People get lazy though, because believe me, I learned that from my dad, because my dad can do anything that is just anything in general. And why I always see him on YouTube trying to figure out how to either fix a car, fix the sprinklers, install cameras, how to build a house. He does everything because off of YouTube, honestly, off the internet.
I'm just trying to find out who killed JFK. That's like what I'm on.
You think YouTube is gonna have that?
Well, who killed JFK?
Yeah,
I'm sure they have a bunch of videos of who potentially did it. But
do you know? All right.
The point is, a lot of people are lazy and they don't realize the resources that they have here, and people gotta start using them. Like honestly, you're out with friends and it's a simple question like you're hanging out with them and like oh, I wonder why this happens. Why is the sun this and that? And you guys just look at each other and nod and move on with your lives, when you can easily just Google it and educate each other, and just use the resources of the internet, And then people get lazy. People don't want to do anything, and that goes to school, it goes to work. They just drive that same laziness in everything they do, and you don't realize how much like good habits can end up in success for you.
I know we talked about this in the last hike when we were hiking, because we always have good conversations in our hikes. Can you tell like the people like, well, you looked at a YouTube video and you said how much time. I know you don't probably know the exact times, like that people do the time management. Like someone explained that there's 100 or there's 24 hours a day. Do you kind of know about it, or am I putting you on blast?
I just got back recently from a deployment, so I was trying to get back into the school mindset. So I was looking into all that, and obviously in the research they said, I don't know if you guys know, but 1 unit in college is equivalent to 1 hour taken from you out of that week. That's why they recommend 12 units per semester, because that's 12 hours a week. And they also suggest 2 hours of study per unit. So then if that's 12 hours you're in class, 12 and 12 is 24. That's 24 hours you're supposed to be studying and doing homework. That's already 24 plus 12. That's 36 hours a week that are fully dedicated to school if you're a full-time student. Plus you add 40 hours of sleeping. Let's pretend 8 hours a night. If you have a full-time job, I mean, you can start doing the math from there. But from what I read, if you have a full-time job and you're a full-time student and you sleep 8 hours a night, you still have like around, I think it was like 30 something hours a week of you being awake, conscious, not eating, not sleeping, not doing homework, not working, that you can be productive somehow. And it's crazy when you start thinking about like, how do I have all that time? If I've had a part-time job and part-time school, and I felt like I was so busy in the week, and I didn't realize how much I wasted my time. But even scrolling through Instagram, you can say like, you realize that you scrolled for an hour and you're like, oh, I guess I could have, that was boring. Nothing interesting was there. But I mean, people have to manage their time better. And I learned that for myself, and I'm trying to be better in that in my own life, because it's crazy to think of how much time you have in your days and your life and your week and how much you don't use it to your advantage.
Yeah. Like also like you're saying, like scrolling through Instagram or but Instagram, if you're scrolling through Instagram and you see like the LA Baddies, that's cool. You know, that's cool.
Yeah,
like,
you're not wasting your time. They actually donate to the cause.
Yeah, donate to the cause. But and if you want, and if you're like, let's say you start doing some cleaning around, some like freaking laundry or something, just throwing your AirPods and just listen to the podcast. That's not wasting your time. You're just doing two things at once, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're saying you're right. Where you're saying though, you have a lot of times we're just lazy. I'm not saying everyone's lazy, but I feel like sometimes we get too comfortable and we just want to go home and just, I don't know, watch some shows.
I guess the word's complacent. We get complacent. You never know. That's why you guys got to work on your elevator pitch too. So this is about like college and education. It's important to have, I don't know if you guys know what an elevator pitch is, but like it's like in the example where you walk inside an elevator and you literally have like 15 seconds with the people you're in the elevator with. And let's pretend it's the CEO of something and you don't know who he is. And he asks you a question like, oh, hey, what are you doing? I see you have a name tag that says you're an engineer. Tell me about yourself. And you don't know who that person is. He could be someone important or he could not be important. But you got to know how to sell yourself in 15 seconds without overwording it, without over-glorifying, just saying the right things in like 15 seconds. Straight
to the point. You know what I love? You know what method I love? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. If you could do that, literally you could get through anything. Presentations, like you're saying, conversations with people, paperwork or anything, like even when you're doing projects at work, if you just keep it simple, people love that, dude. Sometimes like people, like what they do, they over research or they put more stuff in there and then they start talking gibberish and you're like, dude, do I even know this guy? Like I don't even want to be his friend. I'm just saying. Now we're friends with everybody.
I think Albert Einstein has a quote that's, I don't know if I'm going to get it right, but he says something where like, if you can't explain something simply, then you simply don't understand it. Yeah. Because that's kind of like what we're saying, like just whatever you're going to talk about, whatever it is, make sure you understand it well. And if you can't explain it in a simple way, then you just honestly don't understand it. I can't explain a lot of things in a simple way. And that's how I know that I hesitate in that knowledge. But if you can explain it simply, then that just shows that to you it's something easy and you understand it. But it's true. Just a little quote to kind of go by.
All right, so I'll talk about me now, right? Should I talk about me?
No one cares about you, but go ahead.
Should I talk about me, Herbert?
We got time to kill, so.
I feel like this is going to be your favorite part of the day.
This is part of the day. Dude, I was waiting for this.
So I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, I woke up.
Are you pulling out a speech? What's going on?
Yeah, it's all right. Pull up.
He had like 4 postcards with him.
Ready? I'm just saying. All right, so yeah, talk about me. So, so I went to Gladstone with them. We talked. I was really active in sports. I've always been an active kid. Founder of the LA Baddies, or one of the co-founders. And so I decided to, I was literally, my mom would tell me, or not even my mom would tell me, I would just see police and being a nurse, so, or a doctor actually. And then I remember one teacher, one high school, you guys know him, Mr. Shea. He was talking about engineering. And I was like, what is engineering, So I'm over here, not even passing my AP class or my test. I didn't even pass it. But I was like, what is engineering? So I ended up researching myself. I went home, like Enrique said, used my time wisely. I went on my computer and I put engineering and I saw different types of engineering. I don't know why, but I was like, biomedical sounds awesome. So I ended up, applying to schools. You know how we applied in Avid? So I ended up applying to all the schools and I put biomedical, sent out my application. I ended up getting 3 or 4 acceptance, not all. And I was like, this is awesome. I chose one of them and I ended up following through with biomedical engineering. But I ended up finding out that my first semester at school, which I was still, what is it called when you don't declare? Not undecided. You're not in the, it's kind of like undecided, but they just tell you, oh, you're pre-biomedical engineering, which means you're not really biomedical. You still have to take your prerequisites.
Oh, because there's
in order to apply for it and be
some majors. There's other prerequisite. Associates. You can even say you have to have an associates of this before you can even start going.
Yeah, so everybody's pre until their third year, then or their second year. After the second year, going to third year, then you're in that program already. Because if you don't pass the stuff, then you get booted out, or you might get kicked out of school too. So I ended up my first semester. I ended up finding out that biomedical engineering wasn't accredited. So it's important, guys. If you guys are going to college right now, make sure that your program that you're going to graduate in, it's accredited by the state. So it wasn't accredited biomedical. So I was like, okay, so I got to change this plan. So I ended up talking to a counselor, which was free at school. You just got to use the resources. There's a lot of free things at school, from mentoring, counseling to even getting someone to help you, a tutor, help you study. So I ended up changing my major to chemical engineering, and I ended up following through. I ended up pushing through. I was like really behind in school because I didn't pass the AP test. So I ended up had to take into PCC summer courses. I don't know if you guys remember. You probably remember, Ronnie. Some summers I used to have like class and stuff. Hang out with you guys. Hey guys, I have class, and you're like, oh, why are you guys taking class? But I was just trying to push through. I think you had class too because you were going to Citrus trying to get out of there. But yeah, I ended up just pushing it through, graduating. Which I ended up graduating with it. Not a pretty good, not a 4.0 from college, but 3.3 and above. I think it was like 3.4 or something. But that was pretty good for engineering. And then I ended up getting a job right away because I had internship experience. So the importance about this too, when you're going to college, like be out there. Like you don't need to really get a job like in I don't know, Starbucks or some other stuff. You could literally get a job in your field that you're pursuing, such as I was being a mentor for engineering or mathematics and stuff like that, science. And I also ended up doing an internship. So that's really important. Get an internship. I know Ronnie, I'll let him talk about his internship after, but I know internship is important because after that, you can put that in your resume, and yeah, it looks really good, and you get contacts off of that, and maybe even you might get a job like after you graduate from that internship. So I ended up going back. I actually went back to school now, so I'm back in school. Do I recommend it to go back to school? It's a yes and a no. Yes, it's because I like learning new things. So if you like learning, then I recommend to go back to school because I could add some stuff under your belt. But no, because it's time consuming, and if you don't have that time, then it could beat you up. Like if you're like doing full time and doing full time masters, it's kind of difficult. But hey, anything is possible in life. Like I said, there's people out there that could help you. You can make a good team with others in your class.
So now we can all kind of say at the end of the day, and because this is how we feel about education. Even people have a misconception where like you have to be a full-time student, and it's like no. Like honestly, if you have a busy life, maybe you have kids and whatever you have going on in your life, your mom's in a wheelchair, you got to push her around the whole day. Hey, take a class a semester, just like you said. Don't think anything's impossible. As long as you one step at a time, maybe you'll get a degree in 5 years, but as long as you're taking the step.
All right, guys. Well, now that you know. I mean, all of us here went into different fields and everything, and I would just say this honestly, everyone, as long as you're doing it, I mean, no matter each at their own pace. We're all busy. I mean, some of us gotta make ends meet. Some of us can do full time. I mean, life can get hard, but as long as you're doing it and you're like pursuing your dreams, like I say, go for it, guys. Like keep doing what you're doing, and
Like what I noticed is that you said keep on going forward, right? Like one step forward. At least if you're going forward, that's fine. Like I noticed like a lot of people when I take them hiking, is like I just tell them keep on moving forward, and we end up getting to the peak or where we get, where we want to get at, like to the end point, which is like kind of awesome because then they look back and they're like, dude, thank you so much for pushing me. I don't know what you think about that, Enrique.
I want to thank the movie Meet the Robinsons. It's a great movie for engineers. I recommend you guys all watch it. It's a cartoon. But it has that quote that I think we're all saying right now. Keep moving forward. The whole movie's revolved around that quote and about this cool little kid that is an engineer and changes the whole world with his inventions. But keep moving forward, though. Just like it says, find your goals. You don't have to be a full-time student. Just one class at a time if you're busy. But you manage your own time. Know what you can take. Don't overbite. End up fucking, if you understand what I mean there. But
no, I agree. But honestly, this can even go for anything. It doesn't even have to be to school.
That's
it could
true.
be for a hobby. Do you want to learn the guitar? Do you want to learn how to sing? Do you want to learn how to record a podcast? Do you want to learn how to anything? It doesn't have to be school. And honestly, I think the best thing people have to do is just be outward. Try things. Because that's when you know what you like. You might not want to go to school. You might want to go to a trade school. You might want to be a plumber.
Yeah.
Construction. There's so many routes.
That's true. Yeah, like we're always, like I said, if whatever you have, if you have it, like you want to do something, like you said, welding or something, hey, that's...
Or even starting a club like we're doing right now.
Starting the club.
A cult, maybe.
Or, no, club.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, just always move forward, guys. Never give up. If you're a guy out there, it's okay to cry.
Just not in front of us.
Not in front of us, please.
Men cry.
No, I'm just playing. No, men cry. We have feelings. Girls have feelings too. They cry too. Potentially. And no, they do. And just basically, like don't give up and let's go on, dude. This is 2020. And this is going to be a good year for every single one of you that's listening to this podcast.
Yeah, please.
And don't give up.
And don't be distracted. Forget about Trump and people yelling and the coronavirus. It's not here yet, all right? Just keep doing it. Keep doing you.
Yeah, right? Yeah, just keep doing you, please. If you keep doing you, the world was just, I don't know, life moves on, actually. Just life moves on. Life moves on every day. After this, we're going to go work out, and life is going to be moving on.
Whether it's school, whether it's summer body, I mean, you got this, guys. Like, keep at it.
Just think about the baddies. We are behind you.
If you want to start a cult.
We want to start a cult. No, we're a club. We don't want to start a cult.
All right. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy and always come back. And
And this is a Baddie podcast, and tune in for next week's podcast.
So next time, guys. Peace out.